The U.S. is home to a network of roadways that measure more than 4 million miles. Despite technological improvements in automobile quality and standards, there are still more than 34,000 fatal car crashes across the country every year. Of these crashes, 57% occur on U.S. highways and nearly 50 people die every single day as a result. Naturally, each road has its own respective track record when it comes to safety, and some roads are far more dangerous than others. Today, we will explore the 10 deadliest highways in the U.S. First on the list, we have Interstate 4 in Florida. Interstate 4 is the deadliest highway in America with 1.25 deaths per mile. Overall, 165 people lost their lives on this highway from 2011 to 2015. It's the only one of 2 U.S. highways with more than 1 death per mile. Most of the fatal crashes occur along the segment in Orlando, Florida. January is the most dangerous month to be traveling on Interstate 4, which runs between Tampa and Daytona Beach. Along the I-4, the most common harmful event is 2 motor vehicles colliding, which can include a moving car colliding with an illegally parked vehicle on the highway. Overturned vehicles are the second most likely cause of a fatal accident on the I-4, and collisions with pedestrians are third. The most likely day of the month for there to be a deadly accident is on the 10th. Sunday is the worst day of the week for the 132 miles between Tampa and Daytona Beach, and the worst hour to be on the I-4 is between 2 and 3 a.m. Up next, we have the Interstate 5 in Texas. Interstate 5 ranks second among the deadliest highways in America with 1.2 deaths per mile. Most of the fatal crashes occur along the segment in Houston, Texas. Overall, 290 people lost their lives on this highway from 2011 to 2015. November is the most dangerous month to be traveling on the Interstate 5 in Texas, which runs between Dallas and Galveston. The most likely day of the month for a fatal accident is the 12th. Saturday is the worst day of the week for the 285 miles between Dallas and Galveston, and the worst hour to be on the I-5 is between 2 and 3 a.m. Along the I-5, the most common harmful event is 2 motor vehicles colliding. Pedestrian collisions rank second, and overturned vehicles are the third most likely cause of a fatal accident. Up next, we have U.S. Route 192. The U.S. Route 192 ranks third on the list with 1.867 deaths per mile. Overall, 65 people lost their lives on this highway. October is the most dangerous month to be traveling on Route 94, which runs between the city of Four Corners and Indy Atlantic, Florida. The most likely day of the month for there to be a deadly accident is on the 8th. Friday is the worst day of the week for the 75 miles between Four Corners and Indy Atlantic. The worst hour to be on Route 192 is between 8 and 9 p.m. On this road, you'll need to watch out for pedestrians, as this is the most common form of fatal accident. The second most common harmful event is 2 motor vehicles colliding, and overturned vehicles are third. Up next, we have Interstate 17 in Arizona. Interstate 17 ranks 4th on the list of America's deadliest highways, with 0.843 deaths per mile. Most casualties are concentrated near the city of Phoenix, Arizona. Sadly, 123 people lost their lives on this highway from 2011 to 2015. March is the most dangerous month to be traveling on Interstate 17, which runs between Flagstaff and Phoenix. The deadliest day of the month is the 3rd, and Saturday is the deadliest day of the week for the 285-mile road, and the deadliest hour is from 3 to 4 p.m. On the I-17, the most common cause of death is motor vehicle collisions. Overturned vehicles are second, and pedestrians are the third most likely way you can die on this highway. Up next, we have Interstate 95 in Florida. The I-95 ranks 5th on the list with 0.73 deaths per mile. Over 4 years' time, a total of 1,400 people lost their lives on this highway, with most casualties occurring along the segment in Jacksonville, Florida. We don't recommend taking the I-95 over the 4th of July weekend, as July is the most dangerous month to be traveling on this road, which runs between Miami and Massachusetts. The deadliest day of the month is the 1st, and Sunday is the deadliest day of the week for the 1,900-mile stretch of road. The deadliest hour is from 1 to 2 a.m. On the I-95, you'll need to be vigilant about fellow drivers, as motor vehicle collisions rank 1st. Overturned vehicles rank 2nd, and collisions with trees are the third most likely cause of death. Up next, we have Interstate 10. The I-10 comes in at number 6 of the deadliest highways in the U.S., with 0.7 deaths per mile. Like the I-45, most of the fatal crashes occur along the segment in Houston, Texas. Overall, 1,700 people lost their lives on this highway from 2011 to 2015. July is the most dangerous month to be traveling on Interstate 10, which runs between Santa Monica and Jacksonville, Florida. The most likely day of the month for there to be a deadly accident is the 1st. Saturday is the worst day of the week for the 2,400 miles between Santa Monica and Jacksonville, and the worst hour to be on the I-10 is from 2 to 3 a.m. Along the I-10, the most common harmful event is 2 motor vehicles colliding. Overturned vehicles rank 2nd, and pedestrians are the third most likely cause of death. Up next, we have U.S. Route 175. U.S. Route 175 ranks 7th on the list with 0.685 deaths per mile. Over a 4-year period, 76 people lost their lives on this highway, with most casualties occurring near Dallas, Texas. April is the deadliest month to be traveling on Route 175. 175, which runs between Dallas and Jacksonville. The deadliest day is the 3rd, and Sunday is the deadliest day of the week for the 111-mile stretch of road. The worst hour to be on Route 175 is from 1 to 2 p.m. On Route 175, the most common harmful event is 2 motor vehicles colliding. Pedestrians rank 2nd, and guardrail collisions are 3rd. Up next, we have Interstate 37. Interstate 37 ranks 8th on the list of deadliest highways in America, with 0.65 deaths per mile. Over a 4-year period, a total of 93 people lost their lives on this highway, with most fatal crashes occurring near San Antonio, Texas. You should avoid taking this road during the holidays, as December is the most dangerous month to be traveling on this highway, which runs between San Antonio and the city of Corpus Christi. The deadliest day of the month is the 26th, and Friday is the deadliest day of the week for the 143-mile stretch of road. The deadliest time to be on the I-37 is from 2 to 3 a.m. Along the I-37, the most common cause of death is overturned vehicles. Motor vehicle collisions rank 2nd, and pedestrians are the 3rd most likely cause of death. Up next, we have U.S. Route 290. U.S. Route 290 ranks 9th on the list with 0.63 deaths per mile, with most fatal accidents occurring near Austin, Texas. A total of 165 deaths occurred on this highway from 2011 to 2015. April is the most dangerous month to be traveling on Route 290, which runs between the city of Junction and Houston. The most common day of the month for there to be a deadly accident is the 22nd. Saturday is the worst day of the week for the 260-mile stretch of road, and the worst hour to be on Route 290 is from 3 to 4 a.m. On Route 290, the most common deadly event is 2 motor vehicles colliding. Pedestrians rank 2nd, and overturned vehicles are 3rd. Up next, we have Interstate 78 in New York City. Interstate 78 ranks 10th on the list of the deadliest highways in America, with 0.62 deaths per mile. A total of 90 people lost their lives on this highway over a 4-year period, with most casualties occurring near New York City. Like the I-73, you should avoid taking this road during the holidays, as December is the most dangerous month to be traveling on Interstate 78, which runs from Union Township, Pennsylvania to New York City. The deadliest day of the month is Christmas Day. Monday is the deadliest day of the week for the 140-mile stretch of road, and the worst time to be on the I-78 is from 3 to 4 a.m. Along Interstate 78, the most common cause of death is overturned vehicles. Crashing into embankments rank 2nd, and collisions with parked vehicles are 3rd. Well guys, those are the 10 deadliest highways in the US. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you like what you see the channel, subscribe and put post notifications on. I'm Jeff from Modern Muscle, and I'll see ya next time.